Please can I have a soft drink? Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Ben, and just like you, I like a soft drink every now and again. Ah, delicious. But in Africa, when we're finished, we don't throw it in the bin. The wild is our bin! Tossa! But this is a problem. First, it's just rude. But more than that, it's terrible for wildlife. I mean, look at this crap. It's full of plastic. For elephants, that's not just uncomfortable, it's deadly. And nobody wants an angry elephant. So, we're doing something about it. We're Ellie Collection. But, to be clear, we collect plastic, not elephants. We need a much bigger machine for that. We turn every kind of plastic into building aggregate for a cleaner, greener Victoria Falls. So let's turn this into aggregate, where it can be used to build a school or even fix potholes. Because in Zimbabwe, we've got no shortage of potholes.
Welcome to Champions Network TV, and ladies and gentlemen, today we are truly honored to have a pioneering change maker in our midst, someone whose vision founded founded the Foundation for Plastic Soup Foundation, an initiative that is quite remarkable. Let me just talk about Maria Westerbo, born 1961 in Ethiopia, an expert in mass communication, specialist in both traditional and as well as new media. Her greatest talent is the ability to strategize and bring projects for social change to life with an almost unerring instinct for what different target groups need. Their biggest success was putting Plastic Soup Foundation on the world map and transforming the attitude of business, governments, consumers, and NGOs regarding microplastic in personal care products. The tremendous leakage of fiber to the environment by fast fashion and making nanoplastic in relation to human health top of the mind. The foundation was founded by Maria in February 2001. The brand name reached 3.1 billion people in 2022. Now help me to welcome Maria Westerbo to the studio. Maria, your vision works is an inspiration to so many, and we are thrilled to have you with us today. Welcome to Champions Network TV.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Maybe to start us off, what exactly constitutes plastic pollution? And can you explain the main ways it impacts our environment?
Well, plastic is a substance that the only thing what human made in this world really made themselves is plastic. All the others are nature. So we added plastic to our evolution even, and it's based on oil. And plastic never goes away anymore. It's like a diamond. And diamonds stay forever, and plastic stays forever. So with the leaching of plastic into the environment, we are polluting the world tremendously.
And thank you very much. Let me take you back to Ethiopia. Who was it, little Maria, growing up?
Well, I stayed there only until I was 2, but I do feel that Africa is my mother and the Netherlands is my father. So I have a strong connection with Ethiopia. Well, I was very small, but I do remember my my black mother. I was taken care of every day from early in the morning until I went to bed. I ate tennis, and I remember the warmth of the country. I remember the snow, and I love Africa. I was born there. I was there with hippos and crocodiles and monkeys around me, and I still love it.
Wow, wow, wow. Looking at the National Geographic and other international outlets, have highlighted the scale of plastic as a world crisis. In your view, do we truly have a plastic pollution crisis?
Yeah, it's a very severe plastic crisis. It's plastic is in our potatoes, in our corn. It's in the air. It's in our waterways. It's in our vegetables. It's in our blood. It's in your brains. It's in my brains. It's in my blood. Plastic is everywhere, and it is causing diseases, which makes us which is a huge problem, a huge issue. The most important thing is also that we add a lot of chemicals in plastic, and those chemicals are the first reason why we are getting sick.
Wow. So there's no way where there's no plastic. I go to the shops, I buy my potato, I go I put my cosmetics on, and everywhere there's plastic.
Also
And
in your
uh,
cosmetics,
and I'm sick. I don't know why. And the reason is the plastic.
or you
Wow.
cannot reproduce anymore. More and more people in the world cannot reproduce anymore. So in the end, we will not have children anymore. And the worst part is that in Africa there is not so much plastic yet. You think there's a lot, but it's like, let's say, in the Netherlands we use 180 kilos of plastic a year, and in the United States is 220 kilos a year, and in Zimbabwe it's probably 30 kilos a year. But the problem is that will sixfold in the next couple of years because plastic industry decided that you in Africa need more plastic.
Wow.
You are a marketplace now for selling more plastic too. So in the next couple of years, you will be overwhelmed by plastic.
Yeah, I actually I was talking to somebody what is a day ago, and they were saying actually the marketplace, it's like this global marketplace where products are sold from wherever they come packed in plastic, and then the plastic is moved everywhere.
Yep, that's how it starts.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's getting more and more. Most of your fashion, most of the clothes you wear are plastic also too now. There are 70% of our fashion is plastic, and that will be in 2030. That's within 5 years. It will be 80%. We make our garments from oil. It's cheap.
Wow. Because I remember, I think when I was growing up, I think in Zimbabwe we had a very thriving cotton farming, and we had cotton clothing, and but there's none anymore. We are always happy to go and buy our products on Team. The-
That's
right.
sad. It's very sad. I'm wearing cotton. Everything I wear is cotton now, but I have that choice. And
Oh.
but I have to look for it because it's not, you cannot buy it everywhere. Sometimes I enter a shop and I only see plastic shirts, plastic trousers, plastic. Everything is plastic.
I must be ashamed. I'm wearing plastic, you know.
Yeah, probably you can see it in your label. But not sure, but you can check it.
Right. Okay. I think we have touched this one a little bit more. How does plastic, particularly microplastic and the nanoplastics, harm human health? What are some of the latest scientific findings in this area?
Well, your immune system is attacked. So you have these little Pac-Mans, the white blood cells that are white. They are attacking plastic that's entering the body. I call it a Pac-Man. And then they explode if they try because plastic is inert. So they get stressed and they die. So your autoimmune system gets stressed and can turn against you. In the brains, it seems to cause dementia and Parkinson. It can cluster in your blood, so doctors think that it's causing heart attacks. It looks as if it's influencing autism and ADHD, sickness of the mind. Well, cancer, it's influencing cancer. It increases the growth and cancer grows much faster. Things like that. You have a lot of children there.
Wow.
No, you.
So,
You have a lot of children in your studio.
sorry?
You have a lot of children in your studio. I can hear them.
All right. Well, their children, they are playing. They are in the hallway.
I can hear them.
You can hear. Let me just shut the door. I wanted them to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Just hold on a minute. Bethel, Bethel, come 1 minute. Okay. I have got Maria. I've got Maria there on the. Ask her what do you want to know about plastic or environment?
Hello.
Then
Hello, do you want to know about virus or plastic?
Yeah. Tell me.
So plastic is trash. That
Is it?
like when you see all of the trashes, it will be like smelly and people doesn't like the smell of it.
Oh, is that so? Good.
okay,
Very
right.
good.
Close my door. All right, that was Bethel. When I told her that I will be talking to Maria, then she said, "Oh, I want to come and ask her a question." So she has forgotten what she wanted to ask because she wanted to ask what is the environment pollution.
Ah, plastic, trash.
Okay, right. Let's move on. From a global perspective, which areas or regions are currently most affected by plastic? I think we have touched this one a little bit when you were saying in America they have got 220 kgs and Zimbabwe only have got 30, but the use is going up in the trend. But just to put it on record, from a global perspective, which areas are the hot spots for plastic pollution existence?
It all has to do with management systems of waste, and
Mhm.
that if you have like in Asia, there the use of plastic is increasing, and there is no management of the waste, so they bring it all to landfills, where the landfills keep on growing and where it leaches in rivers, and then they start burning it, which is very dangerous for your health. Really, that is the last thing you should do. But next to that, there is another issue, and that is that countries like Holland and countries like the United States and Germany and England, they ship their trash with millions and millions of kilos to Gambia, Ghana, Turkey, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Latin America. So, because we cannot deal with our own trash, we move it to other parts in the world, and that is a devastating thing. And it's forbidden. So the world is trying to stop this criminality because it's criminal. But that does not go so fast. Amongst all countries, Holland and we have harbors and we let all that trash go through. We are the second country in the world that you can say is guilty. I'm ashamed of that. My government is really not doing good.
They're not doing good. Wow. Now let me take you. Let me take you back to February 2011, and you were sitting on your kitchen table
Yeah.
and thinking about founding the Plastic Soup Foundation. What was going through your mind?
Well, I already thought about the first time I heard of plastic soup, and that's plastic in the ocean. That was already in 2008, and I was really shocked. I had not realized myself that plastic does not go away. And by realizing myself that, I thought, but that happened under my watch. So when I was young, I had an iron little bike, and I had wooden toys, and then it became plastic dolls, and everything became plastic, and I had no clue. So growing up, all the plastic that was produced in the world was still there. And I was shocked as if I was hit by lightning. And then I decided in 2009 that I wanted to do something. And it took me 2 more years to found Plastic Soup Foundation.
Wow. And what support structures did you have at that point? I know at that point you were sitting on the kitchen table in your house or wherever it was. And did you have any structure already, or you had to start from scratch this campaign?
No, from scratch. What I thought was, if you want to, or yeah, I of course I worked 25 years in television, so I knew how to communicate and how to bring messages to a big audience. So I started with what I called the plastic soup 3 days in the Netherlands at the end of 2011, and I gathered volunteers around me, and we organized a tour in Holland. We visited universities. We visited basic schools. We did press, and what we did also was inviting the guy who discovered the plastic soup, Charlie Moore from Long Beach, California, and with his colleague Marcus Ericsson from 5 Giants, and we took them along, which made them very attractive for people in Holland, for the news, for the journals. So, and that made it easy for me to see how far we were in Holland, what we knew about plastic soup, and what we didn't know, and that was very little. So in 2012, I thought, let's start with the mic. Let's bring the plastic soup closer to people in their homes, like a Trojan horse. So let's see if we can tell them that there is plastic in their toothpaste and that their children are brushing their teeth with plastic. And doing that, that became a tsunami of news that started in Holland, and women became very angry. And in 2011, it became 12. In December 2011, it became world news by asking Unilever to stop with it. and that went viral.
Wow. Wow. And I think you did a successful campaign. What do you call this?
There's a ban now
The,
in
be-
Europe.
the,
There's a
yeah.
ban in Europe on plastic in cosmetics. It's forbidden, and there's still a phase out period. But I think within 3 years it must be on the packaging. This product contains microplastics, and people don't want that. So I think within 3 years it's done
Oh, right.
in
Okay.
Europe. It's gone. The, the,
Right.
ho- the Trojan horse is out. I'm proud of that. We did it in 10 years, a little bit more,
Okay.
11 years.
Um, I know fast fashion is often mentioned as a major culprit in releasing plastic fiber into the environment. Can you elaborate on the link between the fashion industry and plastic pollution?
Well, these garments, they if you walk them, the cheap garments are like the clothes, the clothes of the emperor. You know that? You know that fairy tale? That's the king is thinking that he's wearing beautiful clothes and he's naked because there are no clothes.
Yes.
That's like we did some tryouts with garments. We washed them 5 times and they were gone. They
Yeah.
were eaten by the washing machine. So these clothes are made so badly that these fibers leach into the environment. Very cheap stuff. It's also leaching fibers in the washing machine, or when you wash it by hand, it's also releasing fibers. And it's in our air. At the same time, car tires are also very polluting, for example. Um, Car tires are maybe even more. It depends on where you live.
Wow. Wow. So so in 2022, your foundation reached an impressive 3.1 billion people worldwide. What initiative or strategies help you to connect with such a vast audience?
Well, what we did were three things. Yeah, we made it well known worldwide through media that 7 out of the 10 big cosmetic brands were still adding plastic to cosmetics, which is quite a high number. So everybody reacted shocked. That news traveled the world. The second thing is we did a huge fashion program telling people how huge the release of fibers to the environment was, combined with the fact that we are getting sick from it. And the third part of it was releasing more and more information about the fact that plastic makes us sick. And we started with that in 2016, and that resulted in an avalanche of scientific research. Very proud of that we threw a snowball down a mountain with telling people that we were getting sick, and that science picked that up, and that now it's getting proved. And it's incredible what you can do if you're just brave enough to stand up against huge industries.
Wow. I know you had 25 years in broadcasting and the media industry. How did this experience or exposure helped you in your campaign in plastic pollution?
Well, I do think that I don't I like I do think that I try to surf on the emotions of the world. I'm really who would what I always ask myself is, if I want to send out a message, who wants to hear that message and why? And what we do as Plastic Soup Foundation, I always thought My main audience is female women because they are taking care of their kids. Male are doing also. I don't want to offend you, but female are very protective of their kids, and they want to preserve the earth for a better world for the future for their kids. So we have our audience is 70% female and 30% male. So I always focus on female and then make the message something that female like. So I connected to their kids, or I connected with that their kids are getting sick, or that plastic is in the room already when when a female is pregnant, that it's in the baby. That are messages that female don't like.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, your message resonate with your target audience, which are women and children.
Yeah,
Wow.
male also, but
Okay, yeah,
a little bit less.
a bit less.
Yeah, they want male want to solve the plastic soup issue, and that's very good that they want to, but it's very difficult to solve it. So they their heads over heel in, and they are trying and trying, and that's difficult. It's very difficult.
I remember before we came onto the broadcast, I showed you our intro, and you, which was trying to manage plastics in Zimbabwe, and your comment was, it's okay to want to recycle, but we need to recycle in a way that will not harm the environment. Can you elaborate on that?
Now, I would not make bricks of plastic and use that to build schools, for example, because they will leach plastic and the toxics in there will be inhaled by children. So never make plastic bricks. That's no good. And never burn it in the open air. And don't recycle it in the open air. I saw the guy walking with this huge amount of plastic in a recycling factory without something to stop to help him not breathing it in. Always use how do you say not a mouth? How do you say mouth cap? No, don't say that. Um, Something what you used with COVID
Or
to
the masks?
to protect your nose and mouth. Never breathe in that smell
Okay.
in a recycling factory. Don't burn it openly. Don't touch it with your hands and put your hands then in your mouth. Take care. Plastic is toxic.
Okay.
I don't
Now,
want to make you afraid, but take care,
right.
especially children.
Now, all our soft drinks, most of them and water are in plastic bottles.
Yeah,
How do you drink your water if you do you use these plastic bottles?
no, we don't need to. We have clean water from the tap. So in our country, it's a little bit stupid to drink water from plastic. But if I am in Zimbabwe, I drink it also from plastic because you have no choice. You have no access to clean water, do you? Or less access.
Eh, yeah, yeah. Actually the water itself is, most of it is not accessible. We say we do boreholes and everything, but everything is leaching underneath there, and we think we are drinking clean water, yet it is also contaminated. As you have said that in everything that we have, there is plastic.
Yeah, and if you come in Holland, we have the cleanest water in the world. Um,
Oh,
we have water retrieval. We have water systems, water cleaning systems, which are incredibly powerful. So it's. But as soon as I am in Spain, the water is not drinkable for me either. So if I could, I would send you buckets of water.
all right. that would be
Definitely, I can.
that.
I would love to share our water with Africa.
Wow, wow, wow. Now, I know the Plastic Soup Foundation. I know there was 3.1 billion followers by 2020.
Well, they saw
Two.
us. They did not follow us, but they heard our messaging.
Or they've heard your message.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, I
they
wish I had 3.1 billion followers.
okay, no, they've heard the message. But
Yeah.
now, what is the foundation now doing to continue with the fight against plastic soup?
Well, we are still working on fashion because we need to go on with that until we did win that battle. We are working on health, still bringing scientists to a huge stage. I'm going to Geneva for the plastic treaty for the negotiations, the last negotiations in Geneva in August of this year, bringing their scientists speak out. I bring there Shanna Swan, who knows everything about how we are not getting reproductive, how we that we cannot reproduce anymore, especially male. Which would mean the end of humanity. Even she warns for. But I don't bring her there to tell that message. I bring her there because if we go on a very severe plastic diet, we can cure ourselves quite easily. So the message would be that science is turning a little bit their tactics, and more and more scientists are saying now go on a plastic diet, refuse plastic, don't use plastic, don't buy things in plastic, don't throw it away like that. Just put yourself on a plastic diet. And for that, we developed an app, the Plastic Free Future app,
Mm-hmm.
which you can download if you have iPhone or Android, and it gives you all kinds. You can scan labels. As long as it's an English label, it will read it and it will tell you if there's plastic in there or not, and help you choose substitutes. But I
Oh,
don't know if that's. I would say give it a try. But
okay. Then,
our policy is now also stop using plastic.
stop using plastic. I think I had I created a WhatsApp group where we said Champions Network plastic pollution campaign, and uh, the log icon there is stop using plastic.
Yeah, close the
And
tab.
and if you don't mind, we can include you in that group so that we can be sharing
Sure.
ideas of how to manage plastic.
My pleasure. I would
Right.
be honored.
Then let me give some of the uh, what policy changes are vital or at a legal level to manage plastic globally.
Well, industry is polluting, so industry should not make a lot of money because they're making incredibly amounts of money on plastic, but they should pay for polluting also. So they should pay a tax on every kilo of plastic they produce. That's one. The
Mhm,
second thing is we should ban all the chemicals in there. Don't put chemicals in there which are not tested properly.
mhm.
That we are killing people with that. Third, let's put a ban on single-use plastic, throwaway plastic. You must know that we produce right now 500 million, no billion, no 500 billion kilos a year plastic, 500 billion kilos a year, and we throw almost 250 billion kilos a year away within 20 minutes. Within
Wow.
20 minutes. And then you are looking at the biggest oil spill ever because we release almost 250 billion kilos of plastic into the environment, into landfills. And it's oil. 1 kilo plastic is 1 kilo, is 1 liter oil.
One kilo plastic.
Is 1 liter oil.
Ah,
So if you have plastic in your blood, you have oil in your blood.
Wow. Wow.
Uh-oh. Ingrid,
Okay. Right.
Ingrid.
We are now coming to our close.
Sorry, there was a lot of noise on my side.
Okay. If there is a government official who will be listening to our broadcast, or a young man, a young woman, a child who will listen to this broadcast, what advice will you give them?
I would say take it into your own hands. If you are young, become a become a change maker. Start from the bottom and take it in your own hands in your own school. Start spreading the message, clean it up around you. Tell people not to use so much plastic and not throw it away that easily. Ask people to cut down on their plastic use and do it yourself also. We are looking for change makers all over the world. That is very important. And if you are older, please take care of your children because they need a plastic-free future. Let's make this a clean and better world again for all of us. I would say, because what we're doing right now, that's no good, and we need hope, and we need to do it all of us because as long as industry and governments are choosing profit over planet, that's not the way we need to go. That's not the way.
Wow, wow, that's quite a powerful one. Um, no, just as a final one, we know plastic pollution knows no borders. How can countries, organizations best collaborate to create a lasting global solution to plastic pollution?
Well, we have this plastic treaty negotiations in Geneva, in Switzerland, this next month, where I will be. And Africa is standing strong in saying no. Ethiopia calls it a public health crisis, plastic. Rwanda is very angry. A lot of African countries are very angry on the world, but also over 100 countries are now saying no. And we have only a little few, so the Saudi Arabia states and unfortunately Trump and the United States are saying, yeah, we need that oil and we need plastic and we cannot live without it. So I hope that those 100 countries stand up, unite their forces and keep on saying no. Kun je iets zachter doen?
Okay. Wow. And I think when you go to Geneva next month, we might also have an opportunity to get in touch with you, and we might also broadcast what will be happening in Geneva in your spare time. Would that be possible?
Yes, sure. And I also have a cameraman with me.
Oh, that would be food. That would be even greater.
The director. Yes,
and I am thinking of creating a plastic pollution campaign for Champions Network TV,
yeah.
and we will be airing more of this, and I can't thank you enough, Maria. When I was typing the email to invite you, I was just keeping my finger crossed to say, oh, will she come along or not?
Sure.
But I feel honored to be talking to you.
I am honored.
And particularly say you saying that you saying that Africa is now standing strong against this plastic. It gives me a sense of hope and a sense of direction. Now, let me just give our viewers our closing remarks.
Let me try to find the delegates of Zimbabwe in Geneva and see if I can ask them some questions.
Wow, that would be great. That would be great. Actually, I would appreciate that. So, Maria, on behalf of Champions Network TV and our valued viewers, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude for your time and for the invaluable insights we have shared with us today. Your dedication to raising global awareness about plastic pollution, especially the effects on both the environment and the human health, has sparked important conversation within ourselves and action that needed to be done. As you have said, that even children, they can start campaigning at their schools across continent. Your journey from founding the Plastic Soup Foundation to reaching over 3 billion people worldwide is truly inspirational. The knowledge we have shared today about the nature and the dangers of plastic, the impacts on vulnerable regions and vulnerable people, and the urgent need for collective action has not only highlighted us, but also challenged us to become change makers, as we have said, to find a solution. So thank you for your passion, your vision, and your ongoing fight for cleaner, healthier planet. We wish you the best, especially as you travel to Geneva to continue leading the charge against plastics pollution. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching us, that was Maria Westerbo, an inspirational change maker and powerful voice for our planet. Thank you for joining us. And Maria, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.